Singapore Film Commissioning Feature Film Fund. Yeah. Yamaji.
Okay, so writing is an act of putting your butt to a chair. So I always think that it's actually really important to invest in a good chair. So this sort of an air-on chair is actually really amazing, but it costs a lot. So if you can't afford that, you can get this sort of a lumbar support pillow. I got mine at a NUH for $20, but I did come across, well, I walked by Guardian today and they were selling one for $10. So let's get one of those. And since a lot of us do write at a computer, it's always good to know that your monitor, your keyboard, and your mouse is set up in a way that's ergonomically correct. It actually makes writing a lot easier. Again, because of the advent of technology, I always think that learning to touch type sounds very efficient. I can't do it, but it's always I think a good thing to learn. For long pieces of fiction, I always write on a computer, but for poetry, I always think it's best written by hand in one of your tattered notebooks after a few glasses of whiskey. Let's see. And then also, as with anything, technology is also bad. So, every other day or sometimes do go sit somewhere where you don't have internet access, and your word count will increase exponentially. Writing is discipline, and if you're writing especially long pieces like novels, it's good to have a schedule. I usually wake up early, reread, and write until lunch, then have my lunch. And I think exercise is also very important. Then after that, civilized cocktails around 5, followed by dinner. And then I will usually write into the evening, sometimes until early morning. And I always try to read before I go to sleep. That's my schedule, but it's good to have one of those. And then lastly, I think the most important thing, tip for a writer, is something that my favorite author, Richard Ford, said, which was to marry someone you love and who thinks being a writer is a good thing. Thank you.
Thank you, Yamaji.